started a project in a closed room in a studio, and then it became so big. You had a milestone episode, then you started recognizing artists, and now it's traveling across the globe. So when you started the first episode and when you reached the short milestone of 50th Future Sound of Egypt, did you ever imagine it's going to get so bigger that it will remain as like the torchbearer of uplifting trance across the world?
Well, I'll tell you something, like, I didn't expect it to reach that, to be honest. Like, any person wouldn't expect all this, when he's that far from his dream or whatever. He will still keep dreaming, but he will never expect that it will happen, because it's, at the end, it's a dream.
Right.
So, yeah. But I think that also at the same time, we were both like very hard workers, and we wanted to reach, and we wanted to do something, and we wanted to have our stamp in the dance music scene, and we worked so hard for it, plus dreaming about it, and yeah, it's become kind of true now.
So you definitely have the stamp when it comes to trance, and I think Future Sound of Egypt, in a way, you had been so successful recognizing talents that people never heard about. Like, I remember you talking about the two guys from Chile, if I'm right, Souls and Senses.
Yeah.
How they gave you a CD of Realize and you liked it.
Yeah, it was funny because I remember that incident. Actually, it was really funny because like I arrived to the hotel, they actually came with a sound system like a
right, like boombox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you were like knocking on my door, and I opened, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to show you some music." And I was like,
"Wow."
To be honest, I didn't expect it to be good.
Right.
To be honest,
see,
I was like, let's check it out. Let's give it a chance. They did some, like, it was something new for me to see someone doing that. So I was like, okay, show me. And I was blown away. I really loved what they showed me that day, and I signed like 4 or 5 tracks from them.
Wow. And even if we talk about Mohammed Ragab or Aly and Fila, people did not know much about them, but you found these talents and you're pushing their production on your label.
Exactly.
So I'm sure the search is, it's never ending.
It's never ending.
But
how every day
has it been? I mean, you're finding newer talents and you're pushing them.
Like, for example, you see, we took a lot of great talents in the last couple of years, like new talents. Like Danstone, Fairy Tale,
right.
Standardway, all these guys, and they are booming right now. They're doing an amazing job.
Okay, so talking about yesterday, when we talk about booming, I mean, BBC Essential wanted to bring you back, and they bring back trance, and they bring you back. I expected that it will be you. They had record number of listeners. Do you think things are going to change where people are going to embrace trance all over again? Because now somebody like you or John O'Callaghan or somebody like Temple One, you guys are single-handedly pushing. Then Pure Energy comes in. They have a collaboration. They are gigging together. But you are so relentless in that. So BBC Essential, when you look at one side, then you see on the other side, some of the trance legends have evolved in a different direction, I would say. You haven't done that. So at any point of time, do you feel like, should I also do it, or you just wanted to stay with yourself?
No, I'll stay with myself 100% because we are artists, and it's, at the end of the day, it's about art before business. You know, it is a business, but art comes first. And when it starts to, it's all about money and business, then the art is gone.
Right.
So that's the problem with a lot of artists that lost their artistic touch.
Right. Last question. You have a huge fan following in India. We just saw a few guys holding the campaign. It's like a petition, going to the court. Make it happen here. So
I really want to make it happen because since a couple of years already, they started campaigning for India for FSOE 300, 350, 400, and 450 now. So I don't want to let them down every year, but I'm waiting for the right timing, the right promoter, everything to be correct, to make sure that we deliver something that they will never forget. That's the main thing. It's not about just doing the event and maybe it won't be there like the same level as the other FSOE events we've been doing. all over the world. So I want to make sure that it's a really proper event that the people of India deserve. You know, they need to get the proper thing, not just a part of it. Because we have, like you said, a huge fan base in India, and they deserve, like everyone else, to have the proper experience. And honestly, we have a bigger chance this year. There is more talks and more serious talks about doing it finally. So fingers crossed, we will be able to.
So your message would be stay positive, it could happen.
Stay positive, it will happen. I cannot promise anything because, you know, sometimes shit happens.
Alright, last question. This is like not related to music. You've been rated as the artist who travel the most. So what's your target this year? 80 countries?
No, 80 countries, I can't do that. Well, hopefully there will be 80 countries that are interested in our sound. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. But yeah, I think this year we will break the record for the last time. I think so. For a number of countries. I already saw the plans for this year, the places we are going to. And I've already seen like a lot of new countries I've never been to, and I can see we can maybe break this record. Yeah.
So that goes to show like you have tasted food in like 46 countries and you have to
actually yes, yeah.
So you can handle Indian spice, right?
Yeah. Nothing beats the Indian cuisine, to be honest.
Do you say that when you go to Italy that nothing beats the
No, I don't say that. No. Honestly, one of my favorites, not my number one favorite, but one of my top 3 Indian cuisine, 100%.
Alright, and Indian fans, we just love you for the
Indian, Chinese, and Lebanese. That's my favorite 3 cuisines.
Great. Thank you so much for what you're doing. It means a lot to the fans. There are people who worship you. There are people who have traveled a lot of countries, and you said these set of guys, they travel so many countries with a flag, and it's just the admiration and love for you for the memories and music you give us. It means a lot.
I'm always happy, and that's actually one of the reasons why we keep doing this and keep sticking to our sound and music is because of our loyal fans, because they really push us to make more, you know. So thanks to you guys. And
thank you so much.
Fari, I have few questions.
Yeah, sure.
Don't mind. So yeah, your recent awards at Trance Podium Awards, you were named #1 DJ, producer, and Future Sound of Egypt was awarded the #1 record label at Trance Podium Awards.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it, and what are your plans of FSOE next?
Well, I'm so happy for sure. That's great news. It's the 2nd year in a row to have this, so I was really happy. Really, I don't know. I cannot thank people enough for that.
Okay.
And it, like I said before, it gives us the energy and the power to even make more and make things bigger for the record label, for the radio show, for us as Aly and Fila, for all our artists we have.
It's surely a great achievement.
Because now we need more artists from Future Egypt to really break through and become more bigger than what they are right now. Because we have such amazing talents in our label.
That's there. And yeah, your Essential Mix last week was rated very highly by the fans, and it was trending in India as well.
Oh really?
Yes, it was trending. So how do you feel? What did you feel when you were invited for the Essential Mix, BBC Essential
I'll
Mix?
tell you, it was actually our very first time to do the Essential Mix on BBC Radio 1. And it was a kind of a dream to hear Pete Tong introducing us. Honestly, his voice is like...
All artists dream about that.
I was dreaming one day to have Pete Tong introducing Aly and Fila, and that's already done now. I'm so happy.
Nice.
Yeah, and we worked so hard for this mix. Since we knew about the date, we did a lot of exclusive stuff for it, and actually the whole mix was 100% exclusive, new material, which a lot of people really like to listen to something completely new, other than listening to some tracks they already know. Yeah.
So at the moment there is no bigger name in uplifting trance than Aly and Fila. But what would you say was Aly and Fila's career-defining moment?
Career-defining moment. I would say last year, doing the Pyramids of Giza in Egypt for FSOE 400 celebrations, that was yeah, that was it.
Oh, nice.
So
And
that was the biggest thing we've done in our career, and it was like defining moment for our career.
okay. Last question. Egypt, unlike all the nations, initially did not have the technology when you guys started producing. So, did you face any difficulties while producing music or getting known in the country?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. It was very hard because, like you said, the technology wasn't that available everywhere in Egypt.
Yes.
We had to get stuff from abroad. We had to teach ourselves working how to work on sequencer. It wasn't that easy like today. You download an illegal software and then you start producing music, watching some videos to tell you how to do this kind of track. It's not like this back then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty hard for us, and to get in touch with the record labels abroad and to tell them, hey, hello, we are a talent from Egypt, listen to our music. So it was pretty hard to get there. So you had to actually travel, meet people, go around. It was a lot of hard work.
So, final, any message for Indian fans?
Well, I love you so much, and I can't wait to hopefully finally do FSOE celebration in your beloved country.